Hi, this is Jasmine, and this is Crazy Cat Tarot.
I know just what you need in. You want something to believe in. Looking for a deeper meaning. Maybe I've got what you're seeking. Take a puff, it's the weekend. Listen up, don't be freaking. Can't you tell that I'm peeking? Come and swim in the deep end.
What are your deepest and darkest secrets? Let's unearth them and spill the tea here today. Hello and welcome to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. And today we're going to do some digging and we're going to have fun, but maybe this calls for a trigger warning because I'm going to be blunt and I'm going to put it straight. Whatever I see that might be secretive, I'm going to say it. So watch at your own risk. Take a look at all the cards down below, and once you're drawn to one or even two, find the timestamps down below, and I will meet you at your reading. God bless, and see you there. Hello and welcome to your reading here today, group number 1. So interesting story. I was almost gonna do a 3-card pick a card reading. And then I realized looking at all the queens, there's something missing. And I realized, yeah, a king. So with my stats, I've seen that it's mostly women who would watch my videos so far. Maybe 80%, but there's still a 20% of males. So I try to cater to them when I remember. So if you is a king, let me know where's my kings at down below. Put a crown emoji and let me know that you're here and you're ready to embody that King of Pentacles energy. So let's do that together. And I feel like you're very brave, so you're not afraid of digging deep and unearthing a few secrets with me. Don't worry, I won't tell if you don't. So give me one moment, we'll flip the cards and then we'll dive straight in to all your juicy secrets. So group number 1, ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I'm about to tell you what is going on in the darkest crevices of your mind. So, we are reading energy with tarot. Now, the different characters, the different energies that pop out can represent female, male energies, a combination of both. But of course, the King of Pentacles energy, you could be a divine feminine or a divine masculine here. So whatever the message is, apply it to your own situation, because it's just one more way of separating us and telling us we can't, have the same treatment. I feel like right away you are all for equality. You do crave balance. You do crave stability in your life. As the King of Pentacles energy, I feel like you're fascinated with life. You love people watching. You love nature. You might love animal documentaries, David Attenborough, the likes. And I do feel like you're one of those souls that can appreciate life for what it is. The natural magic and the natural beauty in life and in people. But one thing maybe you can't always find the magic in is yourself. I do feel like you might struggle with some self-doubt, some creativity blockages, and in a way your own mindset could be getting in the way of your own success. As the King of Pentacles, you want to be the dominant force of your own money, your own, you want to be in control of your own money tree. So maybe right now you're still growing this money tree. You might be trying to grow several. This could represent different areas of your life, different projects possibly you're dabbling in. But to me, group number 1, you may be able to see the natural beauty, the natural magic in the world, in nature. In yourself though, you're not in your full power. No, you might try to act like you're feeling very strong, you're feeling very confident. You know, you believe in yourself and you know you're going to be successful. But deep down, when you're feeling very vulnerable, maybe you really don't believe in your own magic. And maybe it's sheer willpower that has been getting you to be on your own side for this long. Maybe you haven't always fully believed in yourself. Or maybe there is some work you can do to reconnect with your inner voice, also your inner child. Maybe something when you were a child happened that made you stop believing in magic, or perhaps even blocked your magic. The 2 story energies I pulled up was Mother and Frozen. In the Mother picture, there's a dark-haired woman with her hand over her stomach. The trees look like it's autumn time. There's still a few leaves, but they're scattered. They're a little bit bare. Maybe when it comes to a mother energy in your life, you feel a little bit bare or empty. This could represent you not having a fruitful relationship with your mother not being in the picture or in your life. This could be due to circumstance, by choice, or by death. Because this lady has her head down. And although she doesn't necessarily look sad, she could be feeling deep in grief. You could be feeling deep in grief over a mother figure. But interestingly enough, Frozen comes beside it, with the deer and 2 birds up in the cage. Now it's winter time, and the tree is totally bare. The only thing hanging on it is the cage with the 2 birds in it. And when I see this deer, I immediately think of Bambi. And at the start of Bambi, if I remember correctly, Bambi has a very traumatic experience with his mother. His mother passed away. It could have actually been in the winter time, but it was definitely a hunting season. And his mother got hunted, and Bambi seen this, and it was his first taste of death. And it really did significantly change his life and his path. So maybe something happened, a traumatic event with a mother figure, either in your childhood or when you were still young enough to still need your mother's advice, which is any age. I'm sure even the oldest citizens we know would tell you that if they could ask someone for advice one last time, it would be their mother. Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have or who we have or the advice they give until they're gone. And this could be you in deep regret, in deep grief over a mother figure. You could feel, for this reason, that your relationship with this mother figure in your life has been frozen. You could feel like your heart has been frozen from a trauma. And in a way, sometimes you could feel like grief is an endless winter. Maybe you're watching your back. There could be an enemy who has it out for you. Someone who sees you trying to find your inner magic again, despite what you went through in your past. someone who sees you trying to better yourself, who seems to take that personally. So whoever this is, it's someone who doesn't want you to do better than them. The figure in the picture is a feminine walking into water. So this could be a feminine water sign who doesn't have your best interests at heart. This could even be a mother figure who doesn't have your best interests at heart. So take it how it resonates. It could be your own mother. This could be a baby mother situation. If you're a female, this could be flip the roles. You could be this feminine energy. But something happened significantly that traumatized you, that froze your heart. This could be heartbreak in any way, but there is a very significant mother figure, or maybe numerous significant female figures in your life. And with the Magician, the key words underneath it: insecurity, ineptitude, weakness of will, illusion, and manipulation. You could be a very good charmer, group number 1. Sometimes, though, that charm could come off as manipulation. Sometimes, if you come off as egotistical or arrogant, it's to cover your insecurity. If you try to come off as extra strong or defensive or aggressive, it could be because you feel inept. You feel unable to provide the gold or the riches. Maybe perhaps that you promised someone, you promised yourself. You could have even promised your mother that one day you'd make it and you'd do it, and you're still waiting for that day to come. Maybe you feel like other people in your life don't have your best interests at heart, and you're watching your back, and you're trying to find out who really has your back and who's on your back. I do feel like this weakness of will energy with the Magician reverse, this inept energy, this could be due to bedroom issues. This could be intimate issues. But there could be something that is stopping you from really getting your goodies right now, let's just say. And not only that, there could actually be something that is blocking you from having deeper connections. Or there could be something literally blocking a marriage in your life. Something that has put your life, your plans, even your sex life on hold. This could be the revealing of secrets. I feel like there's bad karma here in these cards. I don't know whether this bad karma is for you, group number 1, or whether it's for these enemies or enemy who is scheming behind your back. Ironically, this enemy could be a lover. But this bad karma is showing me that there is some sort of toxic cycle or a toxic loop that you feel exhausted with. Maybe you feel like a certain love or a certain lover is going to be the death of you. Maybe you could be receiving bad karma if you kept secrets from a lover in the past. Maybe these secrets are coming back to haunt you. As they say, the things done in the dark always come to light. So if this is not you getting exposed, this could be a lover in your life getting exposed, or even a family member. Yeah. This enemy who does not have your back, speaks behind your back, speaks ill will of you, tries to throw the evil eye and give you bad karma. This could actually be a family member. And with the groundhog spirit, you want to let go of generational trauma, generational curses. Perhaps you feel you're carrying enough trauma. You've had enough losses, enough pain. And you don't want to carry on grudges for other people along with your other baggage. And I feel like if you really do take the time to go deeper within yourself the answers may come about an enemy. You really could feel that no one has your back, or possibly the one person that did have your back has turned their back on you. Now you're watching your back. You're waiting for something to be revealed, either about you or someone else. There's a guilty conscience somewhere here, and that guilty conscience could be manifesting as bad karma, as a toxic cycle relationship. It could be manifesting as issues in the downstairs department. This could be pH balance thrown off. It could just be taking its toll on the different aspects of your life, love life included. I do feel like you have some mother issues, group number 1, and the candle flickered intensely as I said that. Yes. If your mother is still in your life, I do feel like you need to go deeper in terms of conversation to heal any childhood trauma or wounds that she may have caused in your life. Because these things are something you've carried with you onto your adult relationships. You could have learned by example. You could resent your mother for the example she gave you. Or you could miss your mother if she's not in your life. And you feel frozen. You feel isolated. You feel like the one person who could really remind you how magic you are is the person who created you. You could be trying to find God at this time. Maybe you're trying to purge yourself of certain bad habits or certain things that have not been benefiting your life. I feel if your money has been lacking, it's because you have been lacking, either emotionally or in another way. There's been something that's been blocking your money, blocking your manifestations, blocking relationships from blooming, whether these are relationships you're already in or future relationships. There could be a love that you're holding on to. The groundhog spirit says, time to let go. Maybe if you take the time to go deeper, you'll realize that some love needs to be let go of, especially if it gets to the point where both hearts feel frozen. It feels like a cage that you're both trapped in. Instead of thawing each other's hearts, maybe you are just making it harder the longer it stays. Yeah. Maybe you need to let go of a lover because they feel more like an enemy sometimes. You could possibly have children with this lover. You could be the mother of their children. They could be the mother of yours. Take it whatever way it resonates. But there are mother issues here. And I feel like it could even be both. Issues about your own childhood. And if you're a parent yourself, these issues are re-emerging and manifesting. Possibly there's something you thought you could escape from. But if family curses and generational curses bring bad karma, maybe you're the family member that needs to break this curse, to break this bad karma. So I do see you going deeper and really investigating not only your own emotions, your own childhood, but possibly even your own family, your own heritage. Abuse of the past could be coming up and you could be struggling with that right now, which is making you struggle all the more to connect with your own inner magic. Going deep isn't always a nice or a pleasant thing. Sometimes it hurts because the things that we can reveal and unearth from the past could be things we buried for a reason. Maybe you're trying to run from the past or run from your childhood, but in a way, you still feel like a scared little boy or girl waiting for their mother or father's love. And maybe for one reason or another, that love has been frozen or it's not connecting right now. There's a disconnect and you're looking for a reconnect. And this might be hard to express or describe, and maybe you keep it all into yourself. And it's making your heart go a little bit numb and frozen. You think you can freeze away the bad feelings, but they thaw out eventually, and then they come pouring out. Yeah. I'm thinking of that song, When Doves Cry by Prince. That mother lyric. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. And maybe you feel like the angels or the doves cry when they see these parents are being. You don't want to be someone who perpetuates the curse. You want to be the one to break the curse. Maybe you feel like you want to be successful because that's one way or the only way you can make your family proud of you. Maybe sometimes your family could feel like enemies in disguise and you don't know whether they have your back or they're on your back. And that could be why you're watching your back right now. You're on guard, but it's because you're feeling vulnerable, because these childhood issues are coming up, reverting you back into your childhood state. And maybe you just need a hug or some advice or just someone to tell you it's gonna be okay. I'm also getting that Madonna song Frozen, and that's a very beautiful song, a very beautiful video. There's lots of crows and dark imagery in the video, so you could really be unleashing the darkness or the demons of your past, letting go of the curses in order to unfreeze your heart so it can expand and accept more love into it. Maybe there's been a reason why you rejected love, or why love hasn't felt like an easy road. But you don't have to repeat the same road that your family went. You can go the road less traveled. You could possibly feel like the black sheep of your family and misunderstood. But instead of repeating the same things over and over again and going around in circles, I see you taking the first step, being brave and confident enough to face these issues that were possibly brushed under the rug for a long time. You might be the one to unearth it and really tackle it head on like a true king would. And I do see you elevating your energy from this vulnerable, doubtful, incompetent, anxiety-ridden energy, turning that around and realizing that nothing's going to change unless you do. I feel like you're going to take action with something in your life, possibly something you've been procrastinating about. And I see you taking the bull by the horns, facing any issues that are coming up, any bad karma that's coming your way. Instead of running from it or dodging it, you're facing this bad karma head on. Any demons that come your way, you're saying, come on, I'm ready, because I'm going to beat you. And I actually see you succeeding in that. And if you don't believe me, then it's that self-doubt energy creeping back up again. We want to get rid of that. That's something to put to the back of your mind. It's very understandable if you have issues from your past or relationships growing up in your past. If you haven't been set a good example, sometimes it seems inevitable. We can repeat the same mistakes. But once we realize we are in a pattern, in a cycle, it's up to us to break it. And you might have to be the one to make the first move, but you're going to lead by example. And I do feel like the future members of the family tree will thank you for it, and they will follow your example. You're a great leader, a great king, and I see you restoring your family kingdom back to rights once again. So thank you for being here with me today, group number 1. I hope this helped you. Please let me know down below, and like, comment, subscribe on your way out. God bless, and I'll see you very soon. Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading here today. So if you chose the Queen of Cups sensitivity, then you're here in the right place. And once you're halfway through the reading, or once you feel like it's your reading and you resonate, just pop a little teardrop down in the comment section just to let me know my group number 2s, so we can all be on that same sensitive energy together. You're a sensitive soul, and maybe you could feel like right now the world is a little bit overstimulating, or you could feel like there are certain parts of your life that are overstimulating you and bringing you into your emotions, possibly even bringing tears to your eyes. So let's dive deep and look into your secrets. Speaking of water, speaking of teardrops, maybe right now you could feel a little bit dehydrated. So a little bit of quick advice: make sure to keep yourself hydrated, especially if you're feeling emotional, and if you are crying, we have to rehydrate ourselves when the tears come out. So yeah, use your tears to water your beautiful garden. So give me one moment, we'll reveal the cards, and then we'll spill the tea on all your deepest, darkest secrets. And don't worry, your secret's safe with me, group number 2. I promise. Okay, let's reveal the cards. Group number 2, your secret. I feel you are in a stuck situation right now. Maybe this could be in a relationship or something regarding your career or your home life. Something that is very important to you is making you feel trapped, stuck, and emotional. You feel like your thoughts are going unheard. You feel like your beauty is going unnoticed. There could be offers brought forth your way that you're rejecting. This is Aquarius energy here. There's a lack of empathy. So you could feel very emotional right now, and you feel like someone isn't listening to your feelings. You could feel like someone doesn't have the same emotional maturity or empathy that you have. In a way, group 2, this could also represent you taking back your power, your emotions, even your empathy from someone. Maybe you feel like someone crossed your boundaries or crossed your limits, and now you're at a stalemate, and you feel like the next step is going to have to be the finishing move. And when I say finishing move, I think of wrestling, like the knockout move that finishes the match. You beat your opponent. So maybe instead of feeling like your relationship was a collaborative effort, you could have felt like your lover was your opponent sometimes. Maybe you did feel like your lover was blocking or getting in the way of other parts of your life from coming into fruition. But I see you taking back your cup of emotions, your cup of love, bringing it back to your own lips, rehydrating yourself. Even if this energy has drained you emotionally, physically, mentally, I see you regaining your power and refilling your own cup. Right now, you could be trying to connect with yourself. You could be giving yourself some TLC, self-love. You could even be admiring your own beauty, appreciating your own talents. You could be physically gardening. But regardless, I do see you finding the beauty even in a somewhat shitty situation. You're a creative soul, you're a sensitive soul. So even when everything is grey and barren and there's nothing of inspiration there, you can find it because you're so sensitive. You can be so empathetic. You're very highly intuitive and you know how to work your mind. But maybe even if you do feel somewhat in control of your mind, it could be your heart you felt like can go out of control sometimes. So your secret is you can create beauty in a graveyard. You can create life in a barren place. You can create beauty where other people just see nothing or ugliness. This could be because you've had your own ugly experiences and learned from them. I do feel like you've gained a lot of wisdom and a lot of experience the last few years. You could have felt like you were on an emotional roller coaster, and although it did break your heart and make you shed a lot of tears, it also taught you a lot of lessons too. The candle wick is kind of looking like a heart on fire. So maybe there's something or someone that set your heart on fire. I don't know if it's in a good way or a bad way though, because this fire or this wick could be in danger of burning out. I see you've got trust issues. I feel like when it comes to your romantic relationships, your partners, you don't trust easily, if at all. You could really be the suspicious type, the side-eyeing type, someone who doesn't buy what others are selling. Yeah, maybe you've heard it all before, and what you want is actions instead of words. I do feel like you're very creative, poetic. You may have a way with your words, but sometimes when it comes to love, when it comes to trust, you have no words. If you don't see the action manifesting, if you don't see the relationship manifesting, I feel if anything, it just validates your own suspicions, confirms your intuition about why you don't trust easily. I feel like you have experiences from the past that made you doubt love, made you doubt trust. And maybe you try get over these trust issues in order to try live a happy life. Maybe you tell yourself sometimes you're just oversensitive. Maybe sometimes you can even play the victim in order to get empathy, possibly in order to test someone, a lover. You're a tester. You like to see how far you can push people or how far they're willing to go, how far you're willing to go. Maybe you're not the type who will tell them. You'll show them. You're a very intense lover, a passionate lover, but you're also a very strategic lover. Maybe you've suspicions that someone you're dealing with is a player, and maybe sometimes you do act the victim or play the damsel in distress. But the reality is, behind this chessboard, it's a determined looking woman. So if someone thinks they can play you group number 2, you're going to show them the game. You're going to teach them the rules. Yeah, I feel like you're quietly dominant. And even if someone might take your quietness as submissiveness, they might have to find out the hard way just how sensitive, possibly even highly strong you could be. Yeah, I feel like right now you could be in an emotional energy about an ending or about disappointment in a love situation. Someone is crying over you and you could be crying over them too. If you could make a wish, you could just wish. You'd just wish that something would happen to make it better, to make all this pain and drama go away. I feel like you just want a peaceful life. an easy life, possibly. Yeah, if you had one wish, you would wish that love didn't turn out this way. You're really disappointed and feeling very passionate, possibly angry and emotional about a breakup or a relationship. It could be kind of rocky right now, and you could really be wondering if it's time to commit or quit. The problem is, this person sets your heart on fire, just like this candle wick over there. This guy in the heartbreak card is holding a heart-shaped object, a pillow or something, and it's on fire. So maybe in terms of bedroom action, the bedroom is on fire with you and this lover, and they really do turn you on in all the right ways. But I do feel like there's ways they turn you off. It's an on and off energy. You could have the ick right now with them, even though you find them very attractive, very beautiful, and very passionate and sexy. There could be something that is getting in the way right now of you just jumping back in with open arms. You feel like you are hooked on someone. You're hooked on their love, hooked on the situation. And maybe someone is trying to keep you hooked and just trying to keep their fingers in your pie, for lack of a better term, because this branch is kind of dipping its twigs into the water. So I do feel like this energy still wants to have access to you, access to your emotions, access to the deepest and most intimate parts of your soul. They still want to have some sort of hold over you, even if they're a very 1 foot in and 1 foot out energy. Maybe you are sick of someone treating you like a game, and you've switched up this energy and you want to show them how it's played. There's a song I'm thinking of, I don't want to know if you're playing me, keep it on the low, 'cause my heart can't take it anymore. Yeah, maybe there's been a few versions of it. I think all versions are good. It's just a nice melody, kind of sad. So maybe you are turning a blind eye or the other cheek to someone's player ways. Maybe you knew someone wasn't being completely open and honest with you, especially when it comes to their emotions. Yeah, maybe you knew there was something deeper and you weren't ready to allow yourself to really see the truth. Maybe in a way you were blocking the truth, but you were frustrated and you were upset. Maybe you knew heartbreak was inevitable. Someone who sets your heart on fire and holds it in their hands is someone who could drop it just as quickly when things get too heated. So you could have had heated arguments. You could still be having heated arguments. Or if this breakup has already occurred, even if you're in silent mode, with an addiction, with something or someone that has us hooked, we need to go through some withdrawals or side effects. So maybe you're feeling some side effects of this relationship, and this could be deep emotional hurt. You could really be in your cups right now. Emotion-wise, you could be crying into your teacup, or you could be coping with alcohol. You could be coping with other substances. Maybe you're trying to replace one dependency with another. Maybe you are dependent on your lover in one way or the other, and it left you feeling stuck, trapped, like you're in a stalemate. And instead of being in your Queen of Cups energy, really embracing your own emotions and expressions, maybe you felt like when you expressed yourself, or major emotions loud and clear, that someone was deliberately not listening. And maybe you got sick of allowing someone to keep disrespecting you and your boundaries over and over again. The vulture spirit coming up telling me that nothing is wasted tells me that you are the creative type. As I said at the start, you can go to a barren place and you can still get inspired. You can see things vibrantly in your mind. You can create something out of nothing. You can grow flowers in a graveyard, group number 2. And the vulture spirits. The vulture spirit. The vulture is known as a carrion bird, which would be birds of prey or birds that take other people's leftovers. Yeah, you could feel like there was someone in the sidelines of your relationship hoping or scheming for it to end. Maybe you feel like someone wants your leftovers or your sloppy seconds in regards to a love situation. But I see you leaving this, maybe this relationship felt like you were beating a dead horse. I see you leaving this dead horse out to all the vultures. They can do their thing, and everything and every creature in the world has its purpose. And it might make us uncomfortable, but it's a necessary transition of life. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We all have our role to play. Where there's life, there's death. And both need a bit of cleaning up sometimes. I see you cleaning up your life, your heart, your mind. You could be purging out a toxic relationship, toxic energies. You could be trying to cut out certain dependencies or addictions. I see you not allowing energy vampires to continuously drain from your cups or your emotions or your sensitivity. I see you being a little bit more discerning with who you share your cups with emotionally, because this burn is something that maybe you feel like you need to recover from right now. And the vulture spirit telling you that nothing is wasted is telling you to take the wisdom from any situation, any endings or loss or trust issues you may have gained. You have also gained wisdom. You've gained lessons learned. And even if you still do not know what you want, you know what you don't want. And I feel like you like to test people's boundaries, but when people test your boundaries and go too far, that's when enough is enough. So I do see you saying enough is enough. I'm not allowing this anymore. And I really see you standing in that Queen of Cups confident energy. You're not going to be weak and sensitive. You're going to be strong and sensitive. You're not going to let your emotions control you. You are in control of your emotions. And sometimes you know that the ultimate power is just not giving anyone access or allowing them access to your emotions. That's the ultimate revenge. Group number 2. So if you are scheming to get revenge on an ex-lover, I feel like this is the strategy you are going to take. The way to beat someone who played you or played with your emotions is to cut off and not allow them access to your emotions, to your heart, or to your life anymore. And when they realize what a queen that they lost by not being the king that you needed them to be, I see them very sad and hurt and crying over you. But I do see you manifesting new things into your life, making new wishes. Don't waste your wish on something that wasn't truly manifesting to begin with. I see you making new manifestations and really bringing them to life, putting them out there. I see you putting yourself out there too. And when you see what beauty comes back into your life when you put your own beauty out there into the world. I feel like this is satisfactory enough. Even if the lover you had or were connected with did not always appreciate your beauty, your creativity, or your sensitivity. I see you finding your audience, finding friends, family, fans even, who appreciate everything you do. And I feel like eventually you will soften up when it comes to the trust issues. But maybe until you meet someone who really changes your mind, you're going to be set in your ways. Because the Queen of Cups can be stubborn, but it's because she knows she's right. She's very intuitive, very empathetic, but she knows she is a boss bitch. And if you cross her, it will be the last thing you do. And if this lover did cross you, group number 2, that's the last thing that they did before you just evicted them, purged the demon out, bringing the cross, the garlic for the vampires, yeah. Not allowing vampires or demons access into your heart, into your home, into your cups anymore. You're keeping all your energy, all your emotions for yourself. You're channeling your emotions into other worthy outlets, and your output will bring back that beauty in tenfold. You might feel like your hard work is going unnoticed and unappreciated right now, but stay persistent. And you know, as the Queen of Cups, you can't be afraid of a bit of hard work, because heavy is the head that wears the crown. But you have a grey head on your shoulders, group number 2. You're very strategic. No one can get the upper hand or the better of you. And like I said, anyone who tried, they know better now. Another song I'm getting is, with this lack of empathy, not only do you view others sometimes as not having empathy or understanding for you, but when you feel crossed, you can go from the queen of sensitivity to the queen of mean. The queen of mean. So I feel like you look and sound and act very sweet, poised and graceful. But when it comes down to it, you're not afraid to be a bad bitch and to be the villain if you have to be. Yeah, so another song I'm getting is Sweet About Me by Gabriella Kill Me, or I don't, Kill Me. No, I think it's Gabriella Chill Me, Sweet About Me, Nothing Sweet About Me. So maybe you come off as a lot sweeter than you are, and that's one of your strategic power moves, because then people don't expect you to be as powerful as you are. And if that's your game plan, I see that working. But anyone who feels like an opposition, lovers, family, friends, whoever gets in your way or crosses you, you'll really show them how sweet you can be when you need to be. So thank you for being here with me today, group number 2. I hope this helped. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you want to see next. And God bless. I will see you again very soon. Goodbye. Group 3, hello and welcome to your reading here today. So if you chose the Empress, Abundance, you are here in the right place today. And get your shovels, get your gloves on, and get ready to unearth all the dirt with me. We're going to spill the tea, find out what your secrets are, and hopefully get a little bit of advice on any sticky situations you might be feeling right now. So bear with me. We're going to reveal the cards and we're going to dive straight in. So group number 3, if you chose the Empress, right now you could be trying to focus on your self-growth and possibly even your self-exploration. I do see you really diving deep into different hobbies and different things that really make you feel happy, things that make you feel beautiful. and really just trying to get into that content energy, knowing that you don't need everything to be happy. You're trying to learn how to be happy without needing anything at all. So this is really a deep spiritual awakening that you're going through, and you could really be discovering and unearthing, and even new parts of yourself could be blooming, new hobbies, new relationships, and new perspectives. I see a lot of new horizons for you, group number 3. The Chariot reversed coming up is telling me that as of late, or the last few years, you haven't felt like you have achieved the success that perhaps you would have wanted or wished for yourself. There have been situations that have made you feel at a loss, situations that made you feel defeated. There could have been unexpected losses in your past, and these unexpected losses, it could be the loss of love in your life, the loss of a relationship, the loss of a family member, the loss of a friend, whether this is a death or just disconnection. But you do feel like you've had to cut your losses and move on in your journey, in your direction, even though you feel like your chariot has been turned upside down. That can make going forward a little bit tricky when your wheels are above your head. Yeah, you do feel like your life has been turned upside down in one way or the other. And there could be something right now that you're in confusion about. And you could be really feeling negative, even though you're exploring yourself and trying to find the beauty. I see you also discovering some negativity, some deep-rooted beliefs, possibly even some self-loathing. You could have some negative coping mechanisms. And when you feel defeated or in grief or at a loss somehow, maybe when you feel like things aren't blooming or new friendships, relationships, opportunities are not blossoming, when you feel blocked, I do feel like you can spiral. And when I say spiral, I mean possibly spiral mentally. And it could be something you need to check in with yourself about sometimes. Maybe you need to do some yoga or do some breathing. But when you feel overwhelmed or overcome with emotion, group number 3, I do feel like you've found a way to help you deal with situations. And this could be because in the past you've been thrown into situations unexpectedly that you never thought you would have got through. So now when you feel tested, when you feel like life is testing you, you're good at taking a step back, taking a deep breath, and looking at things from another perspective. I do feel like your loss has been significantly on your mind. And even if this loss isn't particularly recent, there is pain, there's burdens and shadows that you carry with you. And these could be burdens that you've been carrying a long time, burdens you've even been carrying since childhood. Maybe you felt like there was something in your past that made you lose your childhood. Maybe there was a childhood friend that you lost. But there is something sad and heavy about your childhood energy, the energy of the recent past. I do see you trying to manifest that bliss, happiness energy. You want to be carefree, running through the flowers, enjoying the sunshine on your face. And bliss coming beside this loss is telling me that although you've known great loss in the past and great sorrow, that great bliss and happiness is yet to come. You can't see it yet, but it is coming. It's in the background energy. And if you feel like a negative energy has been overcoming you lately, just know that the refocus is going to be on the positives, on the new beginnings instead of the old losses. And in no way is this me trying to tell you to forget about your pain or your grief. But what the cards are saying is that if these burdens are part of you, that we can't do anything about that. It's a part of you. You own it. You acknowledge it. We honor anyone in our life that we can't have by our side. We always have them in our heart, our minds. And just thinking or talking about people who have passed into the spirit world, that is keeping them alive, keeping their memory alive. You could be feeling nostalgic right now, going down memory lane. Maybe you're thinking of the blissful happiness of the past. And you could be feeling sad that these past memories can't be recreated. Instead, I see you refocusing that camera on yourself and creating some new memories. You have let pain and heartbreak and hurt of the past stop you from boldly taking certain steps in your life. You have been in a fear mindset, possibly because you are fearing death or you are fearing being in this world completely alone. But I do see you finding peace and sacred solitude, finding that I see you finding home within yourself. So take this as it resonates, group 3. You could literally live alone, but if you don't, and you're the type of person that doesn't like to be alone, I see you refocusing and changing that energy up. And if being alone was something that made you anxious in the past, I see this new attitude being an attitude of independence. And in fact, you're craving your own company. As that old saying goes, eat with good company, even if it's alone. And maybe there have been certain people that you have told to leave your table in the past. Or maybe people who have unwillingly left your table in the past. The point is, if you find yourself alone at the table right now, instead of focusing on what you don't have around you, I see you finding power within yourself and knowing that inside you, you have all of your ancestors, you have all of your angels, you have God within you. And I see you finding a way to channel and spread that inner light. And this negativity energy will be overcome because you are going to refocus on the good things, on the light instead of the dark. You're moving on. You're closing an old cycle and going into a new one. This could reveal the end of an old relationship or closing out a toxic cycle that could have went on for a long time, many years even. But you are moving on, going from one cycle to the next. And hopefully the next won't be such a toxic cycle. The song Thank You Next is coming to mind just reading the words on the card. Thank you next. So anyone who broke your heart, I see you saying, okay, whatever, bye, thank you. You are the weakest link, goodbye. You're not bringing any bacon to my table, so goodbye. I see you really bringing that sassy empress energy. If they're not bringing flowers to your garden or flowers to your table, then I see you rejecting them and telling them, well, I have no room or no time to have you at my table. No time for clowns, no time for people who do not have genuine intentions. Maybe in the past, lovers have not had genuine intentions. But this feelings card, it does represent to me new feelings, new love blossoming or growing. And likewise, you could be really nurturing and watering yourself right now, appreciating your beauty, giving yourself a lot of love and self-care. But you could also be attracting admirers' attention because this glow up, this light from within is radiating and people can't help but notice. And people could be giving you offers or even giving you gifts in order to try show you how they feel. And maybe these could be subtle hints or there could be not so subtle hints. Someone could literally give you flowers. And maybe if you have a garden full of flowers, they'd have to be a great gardener in order to gain access to your secret garden. And I didn't mean for that to sound as it did, but look, take it as it resonates. Your mind is dirty, not mine, okay? It wasn't me. Another song I'm thinking of is I Can Buy Myself Flowers. Flowers by Miley Cyrus. I can buy myself flowers. Yeah, so you're holding your own hand. You're doing all the things possibly you used to enjoy with others. You're enjoying it alone. And in fact, you could even enjoy it a lot more on your own, you could find. Because when you're watching a movie on your own, you have all the popcorn to yourself and there's not someone talking all the way through the movie either. So if you feel like it's too late for you to find new love or too late for you to start any new cycles or chapters, I see you refocusing this energy and telling yourself it's never too late instead of it's too late. I feel like you've been blocking your own blessings by certain things you've told yourself in your head. You might think it's too late for you to grow or nurture a new relationship. You could think it's too late for you to have a family. Maybe an old lover is trying to regain their way into your life, into your garden. Maybe they're trying to climb the wall in order to jump back into the secret garden. And you're telling them, no, you're rejected, get out. And it's too late to apologize. So yeah, that song, When Republic Apologize, is also coming to me. So there could have been someone who deeply hurt you. And even if they tried to come back around to apologize, you're rejecting that apology. You're telling them it's too little, too late, I'm moving on, thank you, next. And I really see you meaning it. You're putting your money where your mouth is. And you're not going back to old situations. I don't see you clinging to old beliefs, toxic relationships, any toxic friendships. I see you cutting your losses with them and realizing that if someone is just bringing weeds to your garden, that your garden will flourish a lot quicker without those obstacles in your way. Yeah. So maybe you could have certain energy vampire friendships in your life that you are considering cutting out. If you feel like there are certain friends that are negative and who actually wanted to lose instead of win, then is it really a loss after all? Yeah, as they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And I do see you really living in the moment, focusing on the present tense, refocusing on the present tense if you were stuck in the past for a while. And this Chariot reverse energy is a very significant, a very shocking and unexpected energy. Something got in your way. Something blocked your Chariot from moving forward. But I see you picking that Chariot back up, picking yourself back up, giving yourself those flowers you deserve, even if no one else has been giving you any flowers or appreciation lately. You're picking yourself up. You're giving yourself those flowers, picking them yourself if you must. And you're taking the horses by the reins, getting back into that chariot and moving forward as if nothing ever happened. Yeah, just, brush off the dust and keep on going. Yeah, you might have fallen and you might have been kicked when you're down, but you're not going to stay down. This defeat energy was only temporary. Losses might stay with us forever. Maybe someone who you had by your side in your chariot was lost unexpectedly. A lover or a close friend or family member, someone who had your back, someone who was going to be in this journey with you, a close friend even. You felt like you were going to have company on this journey, and somehow you find yourself on your own, sitting at the table. But instead of resisting your own company, I see you enjoying your own company, knowing that the sacred space is a perfect place to create new opportunities, new realities, and brand new blessings into your life. Any family or generational curses you've carried with you thus far, I see you in the destruction of this chariot turning upside down. You're going to leave any old mindsets and old ways. You're going to leave that in the past, along with your trauma. All that can stay in your past, because as you move forward, you're refocusing. You're looking at the bliss and the happiness and all the flowers in the fields. You know that life is an endless forest. And instead of resisting, exploring, and enjoying what the world has to offer, I see you going headfirst into new beginnings. And there are going to be plenty of new opportunities and relationships blooming and blossoming for you on the other side. Focus on the present moment and what's right in front of you, because we really don't know what's around the corner, good or bad. You've had your fair share of bad, group number 3, and you have still grown flowers from even the most painful of places. And yeah, Tupac has a poetry book, The Rose That Grew Through Concrete, or something like that. You're a rose that grew through concrete. So despite all the obstacles and the grey that was placed in your way, you still bloomed regardless. Bloom where you're planted. Instead of feeling negative about where you are in your life or the location where you're at, I see you refocusing that energy and finding your happiness right where you are within yourself. You don't need anyone or anything else to give you your flowers when you have a garden right outside your door and you can give yourself any flowers anytime. And you know you deserve them. You know you're worth it. And I don't see you allowing anyone to join you at your table unless they bring a big bunch of flowers, a bottle of wine, and something a little extra to the table, because you're an extraordinary energy. So ordinary just won't cut it. If it's not everything, if they're not everything in a bag of chips, then you're gonna leave them in the chip shop, because you don't need anyone to cook for you. You don't need anyone to clean for you, and you don't need anyone to garden for you. Your lady garden is fine as it is. But if you do decide to allow visitors, I see you being very choosy and careful with the energy, because you know your body is a temple and your space is sacred. Anyone who did not respect what they had when they had you will not get a chance to disrespect you again, whether that's friends, family, or lovers. You are moving on from pain of the past, and what lies ahead is something that is worth waiting for. And sometimes we find whatever we've been seeking this whole time was within us all along. So your big secret, group number 3, is that you are the answer to your own prayers. And you mightn't have always given yourself the flowers or the appreciation that you deserved, maybe because others didn't. But you are leading by example. You're treating yourself how you deserve to be treated. And I see others really matching that energy in the future. So don't despair about the past. Just know that the future has many blessings coming your way. You just have to be ready and here now, ready to receive them. So thank you for being here with me today. Group number 3, I hope this helped. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know down below what you want to see next. God bless you, and goodbye. Hello and welcome, group number 4. So if you chose the Queen of Swords, you're here in the right place. And the little keyword underneath the Queen of Swords says dispassionate. So I do feel like you're a very dominant, passionate, fiery and bold energy. But with the dis in front of the passionate, you could feel like there's something disturbing your passion. Or you could feel like there's a situation that you are passionate about that you're possibly losing faith or losing passion for. Confirmation. So let's dive deep into your secrets, and maybe we can find out why this energy is a little bit imbalanced right now. Let's dive straight in. So bear with me and we shall reveal the cards together. And don't worry, your secret is safe with me. Group number 4. So let's dive into your deepest and darkest secrets. And let's unearth all the skeletons that are in your closet. So, right away, just from looking at the cards, I can tell this is about a relationship, and a romantic relationship at that. You are very deep in thought and consideration about all things romantic. You really do have a love on your brain right now. And for the good or the bad reasons, it's something that feels very consuming. The love that you have in your life with this lover, you could feel like it consumes all of you. And you could feel like you put your heart, your soul, and all of your passion into this connection. But now you're left disappointed and dispassionate. Because with the High Priestess coming up, trust your own counsel first. I feel like there was something your intuition or your instincts were telling you about a love situation. And your instincts could have been telling you something needs to change. There could have been ups and downs, on and off energies within this relationship. You could feel like the energy is always moving and fluctuating. And when it comes to a stable connection, that doesn't really align with your true purpose when it comes to love. You want safety and security. And when something is telling you there's something not right, then instead of ignoring your intuition, maybe in the past you have ignored your intuition, but if it's something you are in touch with right now or reconnecting with, I do see you really strengthening that inner knowing, that bond with yourself, with your own heart. You know that your heart wouldn't play tricks on you. The mind can sometimes. I feel like you saw something that hurt your heart. And I feel like whatever it is that you saw, whether you saw something within your lover or physically seen something on a screen and took a screenshot in order to keep it as evidence or something to use against someone, there could be some sort of blackmail going on. You could be blackmailing a lover. They could be blackmailing you. You could feel like a masculine is leaving you hanging right now, and you feel like the relationship could be hanging by a thread or in a state of uncertainty. If you're the masculine in the connection, you could feel like you have the upper hand, and possibly that the feminine is holding on to this relationship for dear life. And it's up to you whether you keep on holding onto her hand or let her go. Maybe if you're the masculine, you're really telling yourself it's time to either commit or quit. But if I tell this lady that I'm Superman, and then when disaster strikes and I can't save her when the going gets tough, that's gonna make me out to be even more of an asshole than I am already. So maybe this masculine promised more than he could deliver. And I do see you being uncertain, displeased, disappointed, and dispassionate with this relationship. You do love love. You love your lover. Yous can be two lovebirds in your family tree. And I do feel like yous have connected. And through this connection, yous have expanded the family tree. There could be children or other family members involved or living with you guys. But regardless, I do feel like your love has created. And maybe you thought this love would create limitless amounts of happiness. But right now, it just seems to be creating problems in your head and your heart. Yeah, you could feel like your head and your heart are in opposition right now. There's a song, My Head, My Heart. I think Ava Max sings it. And it's just, I think, about your head and your heart being in opposition and you don't know which direction to go. But I feel like if your heart has been wounded, your ego has been wounded, you are going to find a new way to help yourself get back up again. If in the past you've relied on love or a lover to pick you up when you've fallen, you are learning to tend to your own wounds. Maybe you feel like this lover has just put salt on the wounds, and you could really be in a state of disassociation, disconnection right now when it comes to your lover. You feel like they're your soulmate. The image is of a couple getting married. So you could be married already. You could be engaged to be married. Or there could have been talks about taking this relationship to the next level. You view them as your soulmate, your twin flame. And I feel like you thought that was enough. And you thought this love was going to be everlasting, and that's it. Happily ever after. We found each other, we've created, and now it's just going to be all good from here. And perhaps this mindset was a little bit naive, and the reality of the situations and the responsibilities, even the burdens of, just household burdens. Yeah, even household burdens could feel like they're more of a chore than they need to be right now. Maybe you feel like your partner or this lover, possibly ex, maybe soon to be ex by the looks of things, they're not pulling their weight. And maybe you feel like they could be a dead weight on your journey. Maybe, in fact, you could feel like they've held you back on your spiritual journey or blocked you from bringing in new opportunities, blocked other means for you. Maybe you feel like this lover tried to keep you stuck or keep you trapped. But I see you using your common sense, awareness, and intuition to see past any gaslighting or any manipulation that anyone tries to bring your way. You're trusting your own advice and your own words of wisdom rather than anyone else's. You don't have time for excuses right now. And maybe you're also in this commit or quit energy. The Queen of Swords, she has got a big ass sword in her hand. So she is not afraid to cut ties. And she's feeling pretty moody and dispassionate right now. So maybe it just takes one more wrong step and the sword is coming down. Not only on the relationship, on their heart, maybe on their head, off with their head. Yeah, maybe this lover is really pushing this queen or this king to their limit, and you're really getting to that energy off with their head. Yeah, maybe you feel like they're sending you out of your mind, and this love on the brain, this dreaming, fantasizing, and daydreaming, nostalgia coming up too is telling me that this isn't just a short-term fling, This is a long-term love. There could have been a lot of phases, cycles, and patterns that you've been through with this person. A lot of ups and downs, on and offs. But I do feel like somehow you have found your way back together. And this love on the brain, you're thinking of the good side, all the fantasies. Okay, we love each other. Let's get married. Let's have children. Let's get a house. Let's get some pets. And everything's going to be gravy, baby. And when the gravy wasn't so gravy, then you're kind of thinking, oh, well, is this it? You could really just be in a is this it energy. And because it's just you and me here, group number 4, that's okay. Maybe you feel ungrateful. But if someone is not giving much effort, maybe now that someone has got you, they've stopped putting in the effort. And that's not okay. Not for you. You want to be acknowledged for the queen that you are. You want your knowledge and your mind to be acknowledged. And if you feel like right now your own intuition is being questioned, or someone is making you doubt yourself or doubt your own intuition, I feel like you're turning that mirror energy onto them and asking them, why are you deflecting? What is it that you're hiding? Yeah, I feel like something could be revealed with the High Priestess and the Moon. Some illusion could have been revealed or exposed. And I do feel like it is leading you into a very uncertain energy when it comes to your romantic relationship. There is a divine masculine that even though you run into his arms when they're open, I feel like sometimes you want to run away and turn your back. Because maybe this divine masculine isn't fully embodying his divine energy. This masculine could be the one getting in the way of your spiritual growth, the one making you question your own intuition. This could be the gaslighter, the culprit. If you are the masculine, you could feel like in the past you've used your charm, your charisma, your manipulation in order to make a situation work in your favor, possibly even to exploit. And I do see you being uncertain about progressing with this in the future, because maybe you see the pain that you could have caused a feminine in your life, whether this is a mother, a family member, or a lover. But by someone not being in their divine energy, there is not only one person hurting, but numerous people hurting. And I do feel like someone is trying to run from a toxic cycle, possibly a twin flame. You could feel like this is a karmic relationship. Maybe you've been questioning things and wondering what change you need to make for a while, and something just popped up like divine inspiration, and it really just gave you that confirmation. Feel like you were waiting for a confirmation. Possibly even when the confirmations were coming, you were overlooking them, or you were thinking too deep into it, and it took something really just being shown straight to your face, someone's true colors, in order for you to really see a situation as it is. I feel like you knew, but there was something or someone that was causing you a disconnect within yourself, so that made you easier to manipulate. But you're nobody's fool. And I feel like you've been in a very heavy and serious energy lately. And this energy could really have brought you down and made you feel very down in the dumps. You feel like there's a lack of passion, because maybe you feel like with this disappointing love energy, they took your energy, they took your passion, and now you could feel you don't have much left. Maybe you don't know whether to salvage the situation or if it's even worth salvaging. Maybe you're questioning and at a crossroads right now whether you should go a new direction or the same route that you always go. And if you do feel at a crossroads in your life, I do, at crossroads in your life, they say a good goddess to call upon is Hecate, and she is the goddess of witchcraft, necromancy, the underworld, and crossroads. So if you're at a crossroads, I see you reaching out to angels or goddesses, any entities for advice. If you have a decision to make sure that you have all the knowledge before you really decide which door to go. Because the symbol of Hecate being nearby, or her presence being protected, or her presence protecting you, is keys. So if you see keys, whether these are random keys or just random keys scattered around, or key symbols or symbolisms, know that this is Hecate guiding you on this decision and on this journey. No matter which route you take, you are divinely protected. And as long as you've got your sword in your hand, anyone who is trying to go behind your back or stab you in the back is really going to regret that decision, because you're a dab hand with that sword. You're a dab hand with your mind, and I don't see them getting the better of you. You are a master of your wits, and you can outwit anyone or any situation. So I do see you really owning that sassy, feisty energy. Even if you felt lackluster, I do see the self-love and the passion coming back in. The fire is going to be relit. And even if this is not someone setting your heart on fire, I do feel like you're going to find a new outlet in order to express all of your burning desires, your burning emotions. Even if this is rage and disappointment, if you find a healthy way to channel it, then it's a beneficial emotion. Even if it didn't start off that way, you could make something beneficial. So I see you seeing perspectives in a new way. And if one key doesn't fit into one door, know that there are many other options and many other doors. So maybe you just need to explore a little bit to really decide what's next for you. But just know that if your passion has been dying down or dwindling, and you feel like this is due to a relationship or a disconnect, or some sort of betrayal behind your back, instead of running from the situation, maybe you need to find a middle ground with a masculine. If you feel like they're your soulmate and they're a divine masculine, but they're just not matching your energy, and in fact they're gaslighting you, then I do see you reaching a conclusion that if we can't be in love, or if we can't love each other right, maybe we should be friends. Maybe you're going to reach a new conclusion with the situation. The elephant spirit coming up telling you to learn from the past is telling me that you have made the same mistakes over and over again in the past. Maybe it's at the stage where family and friends roll their eyes, and instead of repeating the same mistakes, I see you learning from them. And instead of keeping on this heavy, disappointed energy, I see your playful, passionate side coming back out. And maybe this could be you letting your hair down and going out looking fire as fuck. This could be a revenge bod or a glow up. And even if you are still with this energy who has been making you feel so uncertain and doubt yourself, I do see you turning the heat up and putting a fire under their ass. Commit or quit. And if you don't appreciate, let me show you the gate. Because you are here and you want to make your fiery presence known. And instead of being serious and heavy, allowing that playfulness to come out, that fun side. Yeah, I feel like you've been lacking a bit of fun. So I see you not only reconnecting with yourself and whatever it is that sets your passion on fire, you're reconnecting with your fun and what that means to you. And if your relationship isn't giving right now, I do see you giving to yourself. If you feel like your power is being taken from you or has been taken from you, you're reclaiming your power and putting that back into yourself. You are regaining your passion and you're looking hot while you're doing so. If you stepping into this next chapter involves you letting go of a relationship, then I see you going with your intuition. And once you know that spirit, your angels, and all the entities that you call upon are guiding you, know that you're never truly alone. Even if you do decide to take on this next chapter solo, just know that sometimes we can have a lot more fun on our own. Sometimes we can have a lot of fun doing solo play. So you could literally play an instrument also, or play music. And I do see you finding music, connections. I see you finding things that are going to unlock your fun, playful, childlike side. And if you feel like your relationship has been immature and childish lately, I do feel like a deep discussion is needed with a divine feminine or a divine masculine. Take whichever resonates. And if this person is going to just gas you up, gaslight you, or manipulate the situation, even though love is on your mind, you know that if they're messing with your mind, it's not worth the price. And I see you cutting the cost and taking them off your shopping list in the future. If they're not giving and if they're not bringing that energy, then you don't need it. Keep it for yourself, more for you. Get greedy, and that energy that you put into yourself, it will come out again. And when you express it, it's going to be hot as fuck and very fiery. You could be a very spicy personality and someone that can burn with their words. So if you get burnt, God bless whoever it was that gave you that burn, because you are going to come back with 10 times more heat. And yeah, if you've been feeling lackluster, just know that the fire is coming, the fire is burning. A fire burning under your arse, as we would say here in Ireland. And it's telling you to get up off your arse. If there's a change you need to make about a significant relationship in your life, do it. Commit or quit and focus on what's coming next. Don't let anyone drain that energy. Make sure to always replenish your energy. And if someone isn't giving back, then you can always take your energy back also. So remember that going forward, and you won't need anyone else to help you carry that sword. You have strong arms, and God doesn't give heavy burdens to those who can't handle them. So you can just handle that because you're very tough and you're a warrior. So don't be a warrior. Don't worry if this relationship has been on your mind and driving you wild and sending you out of your mind. I'm getting that song Love on the Brain by Rihanna. It must be love on the brain that has you feeling this way, because it's so good. It makes you feel so high, but it makes you feel so low. And you want to know, if you can't elevate this relationship, I don't see you wanting to go lower or, taking low blows. I do see if there's an ending, you want it to be amicable. You've learned from the past that the toxic, childish way is not the right way to go about love or breakups. So no matter what you choose, as long as you know you're in control and the master of your mind and your emotions, no one is going to get the upper hand on you. Even if someone thinks they do, well, they will soon realize that you always had the upper hand, and it was just up to you to decide and to really commit or quit. And once you've decided, then there's going to be nothing standing in your way. And if you decide to stay, then I do wish you the best. And as long as you can get on the same page and meet somewhere in the middle, it's a great start. Rome wasn't built in a day, but we can start somewhere. So thank you for being here with me today, group number 4. I hope this helped. Please let me know down below what you want to see next. Please like, comment, subscribe, and come back again very soon. God bless and goodbye. Mwah.